Hey folks, Sean McGinnis here in New York City, home of Chaos Studios, who happen to be developing THQ's upcoming first-person shooter, Homefront. And I've got Dave Watipka here, the creative director on the game, who's here to tell us a little bit about it. Dave, thanks for taking the time to join us.
Thank you for having us.
No, my pleasure, definitely. So, Homefront, Dave, set the stage for us. What's the setting of this game? Why did you guys go with this whole North Korean invasion, the near future setting? What sort of themes are you trying to hit on? What sort of emotions are you trying to dig out of people?
Well, there's a lot of questions in there, but I'll start with the premise. So Homefront's really set in a what-if scenario. We said, what if the USA was occupied and invaded by an enemy force, right? You know, that's sort of a foreign concept, but that's one thing that we feel makes it so interesting, actually, because trying to imagine that and experience that, you know, the U.S. has never really been depicted like that before in an occupation state or partially occupied state. So we really wanted to explore that idea and take this familiar America that we all know from either living here or movies and film, and see what it would be like in the year 2027.
You know, so we're fighting in suburbs, we're fighting in, suburban backyards, we're fighting in highway interchanges that you've driven over every day, we're fighting in strip malls, in restaurants, and we're fighting in places that, if you've been around America or if you've seen some films from America, you're going to recognize these places and you're going to think, wow, what would it be like if we had a battle here? That's the kind of question we're trying to answer.
Yeah, we started off with the idea to really start in your backyard. Instead of being at the Washington Monument or the White House or these really big set pieces, we do have a little bit of that in the game with the Golden Gate Bridge at the end. But the campaign starts off in, your hometown, and fighting for your family, where you live, where you shop, that's really personal, and that's kind of what Homefront touches on from an emotional standpoint. It means a lot more when you're defending your living room compared to a government building, for example. On the multiplayer side, you actually get to play the skirmishes between the fractured U.S. military and the Greater Korean Republic Army. So it's in the early years of the occupation, the skirmishes between these two military forces. And from a gameplay standpoint, we're really focusing on gameplay innovations, largely in the multiplayer. Battle points is something we've announced, this in-game economy.
So Battle points is a really interesting dynamic system. The way it works is that every action you do in the game earns you points. So you kill an enemy, you earn some points. You capture an objective, you earn some points. Mark someone with your recon drone, you earn some points. And then you can spend those points. And you can spend those things on the fly as you're running around the map. You can say purchase a flak jacket to help you survive longer, purchase a UAV scan to show you where the enemies are. You can even purchase an airstrike, if you've saved up enough points. And then at the spawn screen, you can decide if you want to purchase a vehicle. So it really creates what we call this spend or save philosophy. Are you the type of player who likes to, run around and, buy thermal goggles, every time they spawn and try and, use your points as you're earning them? Or are you the type of player who wants to save up and, buy an Apache helicopter?
Battle Commander is something we just announced today as well, which is this AI general that pits two teams against each other and puts the player on a kill streak and puts additional hunters hunting him. And it really creates for this dynamic, emergent gameplay with a lot of sort of bragging rights and, targeted encounters. And we're kind of saying that it makes large-scale warfare personal.
Priority threat. An enemy unit has killed multiple comrades.
So Battle Commander is a new feature that we're talking about today. The way it works is it's basically an AI general, and it looks at the battlefield. And each team has one of these generals, and it's looking for players that are performing well, and it's going to assign them a mission, and it's going to assign them a star ranking. So if you're doing well, say you're on a streak, you've got a 1-star level mission. And then as you start to do better and you stay on your streak, you'll get 2 stars, 3 stars. Every time you rank up, you're getting a buff, you're getting a reward. You're getting more battle points, but you're also getting a special reward that's going to help you stay alive longer. So it's going to give you a flak jacket, for example, UAV scan, faster run speed, more weapon damage. All those things are going to help you stay alive. If you're in a vehicle, you're also going to get type of buffs that are going to help your vehicle stay alive longer. But at the same time, the enemy commander is looking out for those players and marking those as priority threats for his team and assigning players to take you out. So the more levels of stars you're getting, the more players are coming after you. So it creates this kind of dynamic system where players are pitted against each other. It really creates these really interesting emergent gameplay scenarios.
Priority threat neutralized. Well done, comrade.
Now, it sounds like this is a pretty unique approach to one of the themes in first-person shooters over the years, which is, rewarding players for doing well on the battlefield, give them new, cool goodies as they do better. But, one of the common critiques of that is that it's sort of, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So how do you guys make sure that things aren't totally imbalanced out there, that the guys who are just starting out still have a chance to do well?
Absolutely. I mean, we see those as issues too, and that's why we designed the battle point system to really help solve those issues and battle commander. So what you'll see with battle points is that because you're accruing these points for every action you do, you can die a lot, but still earn points on every life and really save up those points. And even if you're not a great player, by the end of a match, you can buy a tank, you can buy a helicopter. We want every player to have access to these cool toys. We also looked at how we can use those, skilled players and more casual players and, bring them together with the battle commander system. So the way that works is that those skilled players are going to be ranking up. They're going to be getting up to 4 or 5 stars. They're going to become a big threat. But then the flip side of that is that those less hardcore players are going to be assigned to take them out. And when they do, they're going to be rewarded with battle points.
So, Dave, Homefront is a game that you guys have been showing off for quite a while now. I mean, it had a very big showing back at E3, and here we are in January. So you've had some time to demo it to the public. Tell us about the sort of reactions that you're getting with Homefront, because it is a game that sort of touches on some hot-button issues.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. I mean, everybody that's seen it has been really positive, and we really feel great about that. We're hoping that this title would connect with the people in ways that, the most modern shooters don't really have that element to it, sort of that human emotional side, that defending my home, occupation side of it. We got North Korea in there, so people are, we go to E3 and then Kim Jong-il will launch some nuclear missile tests, right? So it's very coincidental. So we've gotten sort of a lot of discussion on boards, and there'll be an article about the bus ride in Chapter 1 where you see some sort of traumatizing things happening to civilians, and we had an article on one of the websites that had thousands of reader comments sort of debating should games go there, should they not go there, can you have fun while you're sort of upset, and so on. But when you start playing Homefront, you really have a reason to pick up the gun, and we're really happy to see that people are really attaching to it that way.
I'm sure a lot of people are eager to pick up the gun, so to speak. So can you finish us off by letting us know when the game's going to be out in stores and the platforms it'll be available on?
Sure. Homefront will be shipping March 8th on PC, Xbox 360, and PS3.
Thanks a lot, Dave. There you guys have it. Homefront, courtesy of Dave Vitipka from Chaos Studios.